You know, I think it's kind of annoying when I put my playlist on YouTube and then it plays a completely different song. Which, don't get me wrong, this remix is pretty good, but I put it specifically on my chill playlist, and then it starts playing this like hard fucking rock version of the freaking Cyrus boss battle from Pokemon. And this is a dope remix. I like Mew more stuff, but god damn, man. This is like a little intense for the stream intro, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, welcome everyone to the Son of Dusk show, hosted by the one and only Son of Dusk, that's me. And today we're playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, just like I said we would the other day. Let me put a more chill song. As a matter of fact, no, forget it. Forget the playlist. How does that even happen? I don't know. I have it on my playlist, and then it just, YouTube just ignores the fact that I'm on the playlist. Sup Zenshi, sup Plushword, sup Angela, sup Snivy. So I know you're here somewhere as well. Or wait, or is it Score Bunny? No, I don't remember. It's Score Bunny. Okay, no, Snivy is Plush Lord, if I'm not mistaken. What are you streaming today? I'm streaming Ace Attorney. It says it in the stream title. Yeah, let me switch over to that real quick because I already got it open here. Select the details button below while connected to the internet to view the privacy policy. I really want to view the privacy policy right now. Gallery has been added. Listen to BGM and view art. I need to like lower the brightness on my monitor. It's like really bright right now and my eye hurts because I like sliced my eye with the I have a bike, like an e-bike, and I have a tarp, and I was taking the tarp off and the tarp like sliced my eye. And now it hurts. So I'm going to turn the brightness down on my monitor just a bit so it's not as intense. Also, the game volume's really low. They updated the game a few months ago. Yeah, I haven't played in a few months, so autoplay and story mode features have been added. Autoplay lets you automatically advance conversations, while story mode allows you to automatically solve cases and advance through the... I mean, I appreciate the accessibility for people who just want to experience the story, but I like solving shit too, so I'm not going to do that. Language support for Brazilian, Portuguese, and Latin American Spanish have been added. Oh, let's go! Latin American Spanish represented. Let's go. We love the representation. Various bug fixes. Alright. Nice. Alright. We were on episode 5. Let's start episode 5 over. So, you know what I should do? For games that I come back to, I need to, like, hop into the video editor, take whatever the last stream of the game that I played, and then do, like, a last time on Son of Dusk stream, and then it just goes over the highlights of the last time I played the game. If I go back to Paper Mario, I have to do that, because it's been a long time since I played Paper Mario, and we're, like, smack dab in the middle of, I think it's a train chapter, or is it the snow chapter? I don't remember, but, yeah, we had just finished the like, Spookyville whatever chapter. But let's just start chapter 5 over again. Justice for all trials and tribulations. Yeah, so we're on episode 5. Which, like I said, it's... Cannot earn achievements on episode selection. Okay, so we're just going to chapter 5 here. Previously on Dragon Ball Dusk, exactly. Alright, so Chapter 4 was incredible. Chapter 5 has to do a lot to top this. Alright? Chapter 5's got to be insanely good. Okay? There's a murder. As it tends to be. Oh, okay, cool visuals. Who's that? That looked like one of the lawyers, no? Oh, there's a jester doll. Now, who might that be? Nah, Chapter 4 was too good, man. There's no way this one's better, right? There's no way. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. Oh, okay, that's cool. So Maya's on her own thing. This is kind of DLC for the DS version. It wasn't in the original game. I remember you telling me that. This wasn't in the original game. But man, Chapter 4 was so good. How are they going to top Chapter 4? That was like easily one of the most intriguing video game stories that I've seen. Maybe I'm glazing a little bit, but like the whole thing with like Edgeworth like being framed for it and everything, and like the character growth and everything, it was so good. It was so good. It was so engaging, and Edgeworth like easily became my favorite character after that. He was already like top tier character just as the opposition, but then like when you actually, you know, go to save him and everything, it was so good. Everything was so good, man. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That is, until the day that girl showed up. The circus chapter in Ace Attorney 2 everyone hates, that's great. I definitely like Chapter 4. Chapter 4 is so good. The final chapter in 2 is peak. Alright, I'm gonna have to keep playing through the trilogy. Like, after I finish this, I have to play Ace Attorney 2 and Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations and everything. I gotta play through everything, right? Because this game is so good, man. I like, Jordan, you were the one who first suggested it, right? You bought it for me for like $3 or whatever. I gotta thank you, man. This game was so good, man. You got me. You got me. I'm a fan. I get the hype. I'm actually a fan. This game is pretty awesome. I mean, I did cosplay as Edgeworth, so he's yearning for his boyfriend. Who, me? I don't think so. He's like right here. I didn't think you would like it as much too. No, I did. I really liked this game. You know, I like visual novel stuff. I like Doki Doki Literature Club. That was one of my favorite streams that I ever did, even to this day. But yeah, the Phoenix Wright streams, I think all the Phoenix Wright streams have been bomb. Like, this game rocks, man. It's very simple, but like it works so well. And the story behind it too, like how it was, the way it was made by like this one guy, it was like his passion project, and then he pitched it to Capcom and they were like, all right, fine, we'll release it. And it ended up being like a whole big thing. Like, that's awesome. Everything about this game is pretty sick. Phoenix is yearning for Edgeworth. Oh. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. There you are, finally! Where have you been? My sister's trial is tomorrow! Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am. It only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney, Maya Fey. Or Mia Fey. No, because there's Maya and there's Mia. I forgot. Mia is like the dead sister, right? Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but Mrs. Mia Fey is no longer works here. So, you are the coffee boy? I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney. Right. Wait! You're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere. Please! I'm out of time. But, please, you have to help. It's my sister. Maya? Could it be? Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma. Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. Scientific investigator. Examine. Actually, no. Yeah, examine. Let's examine. There's a poster of the Steel Samurai on the wall. Throwback. Maya stuck it up there on the day that she left. I didn't have the heart to take it down. Aw, he misses her. I do sometimes get strange looks from the clients, though. Mia's plant, Charlie. I've been taking care of him in Maya's absence. Looks like it's cleaning day again at the hotel across the way. I hear they're planning a second branch outside the city. Egads, the bellboy was staring right at me. I forgot about that guy. Oops, I didn't mean to click off that. When I click, like, off the, like, onto OBS or something, or onto Twitch, it, like, exits out the whole game. Mia's desk. I sit here even less now that I've stopped taking cases. I ought to at least dust it off once in a while. Difficult-looking legal books stand in a formidable row. They mock me. I tried reading one, and it made my head hurt. When I closed it, it slipped out of my hand. Then my foot hurt too. Alright, I think that's all the examining we can do. Let's talk. Can't move anywhere, can we? We can move to the detention center? Why? Attorney's badge. Let's present it, just for shits and giggles. See this? It's my attorney's badge. Ah, well, I've never seen a real one before. You're the first one who's actually been interested in mine, believe me. Its composition is mostly silver. The gold plating is flaking a bit. She analyzed it, scientifically. There doesn't appear to be any corrosion due to sulfides. I'll give you $50 for it. Sorry, but it's not for sale. Yet. I think what I like the most about this as a game is that it doesn't play itself like so many others. Yeah, as far as visual novels go, they usually play themselves a little bit. This one, you do have to actually try to solve the cases. Let's move to the detention center. What's going on here? February 22nd. Detention center. Visitor's room. I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She's gotten quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. Who? Guard? I thought I told you I didn't want any visitors. Oh, it's a girl. Sorry, ma'am. It's your sister. No excuses. Or did you not want to raise this here, understood, ma'am. What was that about? Hi, Lana. Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing? Look. I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and you still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. I'm sorry. What exactly is that oh my god, I can't read. My name is Lana. Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district. You're a prosecutor? So this girl is the Maya for the Apollo... Wait. This girl is kind of the Maya for the Apollo, the protagonist of 4. Oh, okay, I see. 2 sisters. One a lawyer. Could this be a coincidence? Emma. Lana. I mean, they're just like... Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? I'm going back over here. Emma. I'm gonna pretend we didn't just go through that whole scene because now they're just introducing themselves for the first time. I'm just being stupid and going out of order. But technically this should have happened first. Emma, was it? So, you're a scientific investigator? Yes, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just you seem kind of jumpy, or maybe just young. Young? I'll be 16 years old this year. Oh, I see. Wait, only 16? I'm set to be formally assigned to forensic in 3 more years. My work is becoming quite well known, at my age no less. So what exactly is your current position then? Well, legally speaking, I guess you'd call me an 11th grader. But I'm ready to do my job, at my age no less. Great, another future professional in training. The case. So, what's this about a case? You said the trial's tomorrow? My sister didn't do it! She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't! So, it's a murder case. I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it! I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact. And there's a witness. Just talk to her! You have to talk to her. Right. I suppose I will. I promised her I'd bring Mia Fey, but that's interesting. How would she know Mia? So, you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up then, huh? Excuse me? I'm not a child. I'll have you know. Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one. I believe investigations should be done scientifically. Don't you? Yeah. Sure, can't fault her for a lack of enthusiasm. If this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared. Your sister? I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done. I'm looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. Relation to Mia. My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school. So they went to the same school, huh? She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. And, well, I need one. Incidentally, Mia is a woman. Now that you mention it, I guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's. Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. Oops. Well, actually, when she gets like she is now, I kinda hate her. Huh? But she's my only family. Your only family? What about your parents? They died in a car accident when I was little. Oh, I'm sorry. Alright. Let's get to the detention center. And now, let's examine. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He's frozen in fear of the frigid Miss Lana. He's always frozen. I'm feeling a bit chilly myself. Smile for the camera. Alright, that's it. Nothing left to do but to talk. There's something you should know from the start. Which is? The suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. Huh? Wait! But the suspect... The suspect is... Me. I did it. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st at 5:15 p.m. That's quite specific. It was in the witness's disposition. A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. That was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it? The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. The prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car trunk? Classy. I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed as it were. Well, that's just great. The victim. So, who was the victim? An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. Not, gumshoe, right? A detective? Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. By you? Death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Uh-oh. What, Mr. Wright? What does it mean? Well, it means the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so. This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. So, you're the chief prosecutor? That is correct. I am responsible for overseeing every trial handled by the prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. That's an awfully large nutshell. Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. Huh? In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't. Lana? What happened to your hand? Oh, this? I cut myself by accident. When I stabbed him, that is. Why is she so nonchalant about it? What the fuck? Huh? I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? You were in school with Mia, correct? So, if I didn't keep on talking with, Emma, I wouldn't have gotten this dialogue choice, I don't think. A few years above her? Emma told you that too, didn't she? What? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office. Although, it seems he has very little in common with Mia. Hey! It was in law school. I was in my 3rd year, and she was auditing the class. She was very different from the other students. Different? She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me. Excuse me? She's a lesbian? Oh, intellectually attracted. Okay. Right. Okay, is the shipping happening now? Intellectually attracted. Lana was top of her class in school. I was the best there was. Oh. I'm doing pretty good in school too, by the way. It sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Well, Mr. Wright? Excuse me? As you can plainly see, I am admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say, there's no way you can take this case. None. But Lana... Why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself! I know you didn't do it, Lana. I know. So, how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana! Mr. Wright? Yes? I believe our discussion here is ended. The rest, I leave to you. You mean you're requesting my services as your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed after all. The case is over. Right. I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Lana has confessed to the crime, yes. But something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here. And I'm going to find out what. I gotta moisturize my lips a little bit because I'm gonna be doing a lot of fucking talking with this game. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Huh? About what? My sister. She's not always like that, you know. I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again. She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everybody liked her. I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. What happened to her? I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she... well, maybe not. Sounds like there's something there that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking... oh my god. Let's go check out this underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office, shall we? Okay. Okay, no more options there. I'm actually going to go to the detention center. Never mind, she's not there anymore. I wanted to present the stupid lawyer's badge. Underground parking lot. February 22nd. Prosecutor's office. Underground parking lot. So this is a lot where it all happened. Looks like they're still investigating. Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this. Hey everyone! Keep up the good work! What are you thinking? Well, they are going to be my coworkers in 3 years from now, after all. No harm in saying hello. Actually, there is. You know attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes? Which is funny because we do that literally all the time. We literally do that every single time. We're just breaking the rules every freaking time we do a chapter. I'm trying not to stand out too much here. See? Hey there. You're expecting to go unnoticed around here, partner? Partner? Who the fuck is this yeehaw-looking motherfucker? What is this? Well, what do we have here? What is this shit? Looks like a bambina? What the fuck is this guy, dude? It's basically a detective game? Yeah, I'm aware. Oh, this guy is cool. Looks like a bambina got loose from the ranch and is up to no good. Folks gotta learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner. This voice is gonna be so fucking tiring to do. Oh my god. Mr. Marshall? Oh my god, there's no way. He cuts his beard with the fucking knife. Marshall? Looks more like a sheriff to me. Look at here, Bambina. I know how you feel. But this is my gang's gold strike, see? Strike? This is our claim, our territory, with a motherload of evidence. If you're fixing to mess with what's ours, you'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti out of the desert dream? You want to? What the fuck is he talking about? What's this guy talking about, dude? Literally. See, Phoenix really is me. You head along home now. Happy trails, Bambina. You can tell the chapter has better animations. Yeah, from the opening shot actually had, like, movement. Like, when the stabbing happened, it was like, instead of, like, and then, like, another still shot of a, you know what I'm saying? Like, they actually did an animation. Was that a hombre, a friend of yours? Hombre? Kinda. Sort of. Yeah. He's a detective. Who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems. Look! A door! This must mean something. I'm not sure that doors mean anything. No! It won't open! A mysterious lock. I failed to see what's mysterious about it. Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more. Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? Aha! A ladder. That's a stepladder. What's the difference? In scientific terms, please? Scientific, huh? Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright. This all seems so horribly familiar somehow. What's this? A wallet. Excuse me, officer? Wait, what are you doing, Mr. Wright? What am I doing? I just found this wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police. I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything at a crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket. How is that scientific? It sounds like theft to me. Wallet hastily stuffed into pocket. A foldable wallet found at the crime scene. There seems to be something inside. I'm called to duty already, and at my tender age... Here, I'll teach you the trick to examining evidence in detail, okay? By the way, her eyes are all sparkling. I can tell she's been waiting for this. Okay, now, look at the court record. You have to be sure to examine evidence carefully on all sides. Is this a new gameplay mechanic? Not this again? What? What are we doing? Now, let's start examining from every angle. Oh yeah, this is a new thing. Ooh, every angle. Every angle, 3D model. I was just turning it around and... Okay, sure. Oh, look! I think there might be a clue here. You should check it out. The press of enter. We opened it. This is an ID card. Yeah, you don't say. Holy shit, somebody keeps their ID in their wallet? No. Sergeant Bruce Goodman. ID number 5842189. See? Well, isn't scientific investigation useful? I guess, though I don't see what science has to do with it. The ladder versus stepladder argument. Goodman's ID added to the court record. Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find. I guess I gotta be on my toes from now on. Anything else? Here! A phone! Let's see if it works. Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching. I can't hear anything. My ears! No! My ears! Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure? What is she babbling about? Hey, what did you just say? See, you can hear just fine. The phone's broken. Alright. This wall is in our way. It's got a faucet for water. Wait, I know. This wall is merely a facade, hiding the truth. This is no wall, but a water tank. I fail to see how it makes any difference either way. An oil drum. Looks like it's filled with water. It's heavy. I can't even budge it. The drum over here is on its side. Wait, I know. I'll hide in here and do a stakeout. I think you'll probably just get arrested. In fact, you may not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested. What? I'm not suspicious. Alright, oh, I guess we can investigate this up here. Look! A stylish glass-walled room. Very nice. You can see the whole parking lot from there. It says security. Perhaps it's a cafe? Huh? Cafe security. Yeah, that must be it. Let's check it out later. I hate to break it to you, but I think that's probably just a security guard office. You know, I scored a 97 on my science test the other day. Too bad they didn't have a test for common sense. This is where the cars leave the lot. The arrow on the ground makes it look more like an entrance. What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit. Well, maybe it's both. Kind of a dual purpose? Aha! The theory of relativity. What? I've got to write this down. Ah, hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know, was Mr. Relativity German? Or was he British? Mr. Relativity? Are you sure that was his name? Okay, I think we've done everything we can here. Oh wait, we can slide. Shoo! Alright. Well, no time to waste. Let's get hunting for clues. I wonder what this is. Well, partner. Looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. This guy. The sheriff. Like I said before, this here's our claim. You'd best be moseying along. Unless you're fixing to bite the bullet. Gah, scary. Could you just tell us one thing? Who owns that car? Well. The little filly's got a good nose on her. You want to know who rides that red Mustang with the body in her saddle, eh? Please. No problem, partner. About time for... Vittles? What the fuck is a vittle? For vittles, anyway. Get yourself to the saloon up on 12th floor on the prospector's office. Might just find you a cerveza you like. Dude, this guy is really annoying. Prospector's office? Where does this guy think he is? And when, for that matter? Note to self. Look up Vittles, saloon, cerveza. I say cerveza, but whatever. Maybe we should just check out room 1202, the High Prosecutor's office. In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like, just keep your paws off our claim. Right. Great. Great! Maybe there are some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out! Excuse me? Were you two all set? Us? Oh, this is a different person. What's this? She couldn't be... You're selling lunches? Here? This is a crime scene! What the fuck is happening, man? Hello. Half and half, was it? Oh, thanks. And you, sir? Yes? Some crunchy goodness coming at you. Thanks. Interesting way of doing business. This area is off limits to anyone without clearance, especially passers-by. Or are you officers? No, but you don't exactly look like the type to have clearance. Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone. Even if my days as the cough-up queen are over. Cough-up? Huh? You know, I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on the lunch. That is kind of an awful way to describe yourself when you're serving food. I'm quite connected to this case, you see? The images are burned into my eyes, you might say. Yes, all the sordid secrets. She's the witness. Secrets? Dear me, you are a slow one, aren't you? Yep, she's the witness. I'm referring to the murder, the stabbing of that detective. What? A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about? You're the witness my sister was talking about? Please, Cough-Up Queen, tell us what happened. The name is Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it. Or before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels. Yes, ma'am. Yipes, she means it. Okay, I didn't finish examining. Oh, I'm not allowed to go over there anymore. I can't slide. Never mind. Alright, the case. Somehow, I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know the daily special on Friday every week is salmon. Destiny? Was yesterday special for some reason? You're a defense attorney, right? You should know that. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of inequity. Evil ones? Prosecutors, they have no qualms at all about blackening the names of innocents. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of all. They gave an award for King of Prosecutors. What a farce. So, she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors convention yesterday? I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something foul. Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this, evil? Young miss, mock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the Cough-Up Queen. Ew! The most heinous of all the evil ones. The one they awarded yesterday. It was in his car that they found the body. Oh, okay, well, there's already a clue right there. In his car that they found the body. So, if it was the guy, the assistant, then it wasn't her, right? Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. But, really? Really what? I'm totally confused. One thing's clear. This lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. What you witnessed. So, what exactly was it that you witnessed, Miss Star? It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel I know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Sky wield that knife, so... Her knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end. It was truly a sight to see. You mean you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut still rings my ears. And the rhythmic beat of Lana Sky's knife. Wait a second. You know Lana Sky? Of course. It's quite a feat, becoming chief prosecutor. How many lunchboxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? She always travels light. Now, why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name? Could we ask you a bit about yourself, Miss Star? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the Far East. For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here. Why not make the lunches here rather than import them? Did you say something? No. Only true connoisseurs can understand. The kind you can only tell someone who has tried General Tso's Trilobite lunch set. What? The kind you can only tell someone who has tried General Tso's Trilobite lunch set. That also looks disgusting. Never mind. You win. I don't even want to appreciate part of a trilobite's flavor. Trilobites aren't even alive. That's like ancient organisms. Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office. Your boyfriend? See the security room over there? The glass-walled booth? I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyways, I drop in to see him. Since you're here anyway, I guess selling lunches is more important than romance. So, to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, Miss Star, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here. Useful analysis. Not. Did you have a bad experience with the prosecutor, Miss Star? I sense some hostility. Hostility? Huh. Perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike, and the bigger they get, the worse they smell. Kind of like a 10-day-old clam in chowder. I wonder if Miss Star was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past. That'd be a sure cause of food poisoning, scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now that you're talking, cough-up queen. I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. Okay, now what do? I go back to the detention center. I do not go back to the detention center. I go back to Wright and Co. law offices, and I talk. I do not do that. I go back to the underground parking lot. I present with Goodman's ID? I'm gonna present the attorney badge first because it's always interesting. A defense attorney must be able to fight. How about you? Do you think you can win? How about tackling Lunchland's Pickle Supreme lunchbox? Wow, it's really crunchy. A box of pickles? Kind of a sad lunch if you ask me. About this card. Lunchland vendors only accept cash, no cards. Especially not a card belonging to someone else. No, this isn't a credit card, it's an ID card. It belongs to a detective. And you're showing this to me, the lunch lady? Why? That's like showing a fine honeyed ham to a detective. Why do I always feel like I'm being mocked? Okay. I can't get anything else out of her. But there's nothing else. Fuck. There's nothing else to investigate. I can't slide. The court record doesn't have anything useful. What else am I supposed to do at this point? I've examined everything I can examine. Yeah, this is all the same stuff. I can't, like, move? I've presented everything. What the freak am I doing, man? I can autoplay. I can just press F and it'll be like, oh, here's the next thing you're supposed to do. Yeah. I don't know. Let's go to Wright & Co. law offices. There's nothing left to examine here. Can I slide? No. There's no more talk options. The only thing I can do is present ID to her. Here, see this? Ah, I've noticed that defense attorneys have a tendency to want to show people things. What is this? A behavioral study of lawyers? Okay, never mind. I can check it. Ah, okay. I see. A name and ID number are written here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID 5842189. I wonder why they only use numbers for IDs. What else would they use? Letters, silly! They're the reason we have written language in the first place. True. Sergeant... Is it Sergeant or Sergeant? I always thought it was Sergeant, but that clearly is spelled Sergeant, right? Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID Yabadab. See? Wouldn't that be better? Yabadab? Well, it does have a certain ring to it. Exactly my point. Teehee. Doesn't take much to amuse her. Nothing else I can check. I love how low fucking quality the text is. It's so funny. It's like they made the textures better, but then they made the text like so nothing. Alright, there's nothing here for me to... Wait, zoom in? I didn't even know you could do that. I don't know why the zoom in and zoom out buttons are so far from each other, but... I digress. And then HNMB is to rotate? Like WASD, but worse? So strange. Such strange controls. Can you even play this with a controller? Surely you can, right? I don't know, man. Okay, there's nothing else to freaking do, though. Okay, no, we went through all this. I'm not sure what to do now. We've gone through everything. Okay, anyone have any pointers for me? I can't do it on my own, man. Yeah, where am I going, man? There's not... Oh, I'm so dumb. Hi, prosecutors. Hey, it's the samurai. Okay, there we go. We're at the prosecutor's office. Room 1202. This almost looks like the rich guy. That was a good chapter, too. I like that one. This is the kind of room that screams, I can do the job. Quite a change from your office, really. Thanks. Look. There's a trophy or something here. Trophy? What, that shield? You're completely overlooking the new area? Yeah, I realized. It takes a real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever's office this is, they must be a real stuck-up jerk. Phoenix Wright. You never tire of prying into other people's business, do you? That voice. No, it's Edgeworth. Okay, I thought it was the cowboy guy. Long time no see, Edgeworth. Huh? Ah! Mr. Edgeworth! You know him from somewhere? Of course! I'm his biggest fan! My sister introduced us once and... Right. Her sister is a chief prosecutor, after all. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you. I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk. Oh, because that's his jacket. In the later games, he wears this in his series, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but I guess if you were playing this game for the first time with no other context, you wouldn't know that. But I've seen images of his other designs in the future games, and he does wear this jacket. That's pretty funny. And yeah, he has the little samurai back here. That's very fun. My boy, Edgeworth. No, did I? No. It was just Mr. Wright here. Hey, don't blame me. We're just here to investigate a murder case. Murder? A body was found in this nasty, bright red sports car in the parking lot. That would be my car. What of it? Oh, hold on, wait. He's her assistant? Lana's assistant? Hold on, that's actually kind of spicy. What? Your car? I'll say one thing. She certainly can scream. I can't because there's people around me. And I can't scream too loud or I will disturb the peace. So let me not do that. I can't do that crazy screaming. Let's talk. The case. So, the body was found in your car? Go ahead, say it right. You think I did it, don't you? After you went through all that trouble to help me last year, no less. I like his facial expressions. No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait. No, she didn't do that. I mean... Wait. So, you're the chief prosecutor's little sister then? Yes, sir. Emma Sky. It's nice to meet you again. Now, that didn't sound forced at all. Ah, now I remember. You've really grown. I'll admit, it was a surprise for me too. To think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprising still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I cannot... Wait, what? What did you say? Lana Sky is the chief prosecutor, the top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow. You? Mr. Edgeworth. He's always getting himself into some shit, man. What's with this guy? I love him, but you need to chill the fuck out, man. To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors. You've heard the rumors about me, haven't you? Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident. What? That's crazy! Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life, impossible to stop. But some of them even go so far as to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Toys? That bronze shield? There's gotta be a story behind that one. Chief Prosecutor Sky? Yes, we first worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case. That's right, I remember. 2 years ago. I wasn't even a lawyer yet. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken. Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you. Then, why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife! What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was a murder weapon? To be specific, it was a knife I kept in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. Edgeworth's knife added to the court record. The murder weapon, usually in Edgeworth's toolbox. Traces of victim's blood. No prints. Interesting. Edgeworth? What? Are you sure you didn't do it? Come on, can't he take a joke? You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright. Obviously, this is the first thing I gotta examine. I've been wondering, what the heck is this? It has a big K on it. Prosecutors. Huh? What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy. King of Prosecutors? It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. Oh, wait, that was Phoenix that said that. I was doing it in Edgeworth's voice. It's a great honor. They send that to the best prosecutor each year. What? So? So, that K, that's... K stands for king? Yeah, you got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing. King of Prosecutors? Kind of like Employee of the Month. Only better. King of Prosecutors trophy added to the court record. Given to Edgeworth, King of Prosecutors, at the PD on the day of the murder. And examine it again? So that's the King of Prosecutors shield, huh? Well done, Edgeworth. You must be proud to be the King of Prosecutors. Congratulations, King of Prosecutors! Please, stop saying that. That still doesn't explain one thing. Why is the tip of the shield broken off? Oh, I didn't even notice that. Wow, this jacket's even lacier than the usual ones. This must be his lucky trial jacket. Lucky jacket, right. I've never seen him wear it. I'm sure there's a story behind why it's in a frame. Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture. She's getting way too excited about this. My. What an amazing bouquet. Just right for Mr. Edgeworth. No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead, Wendy. Wendy. I've heard that name somewhere. And beside it, a giant steel samurai. Wow, I want one. Huh? There's something written on the bottom of his foot. Between a rock and a hard place, Wendy. Wendy? Is she Mr. Edgeworth's fiance? Oh, that's Wendy? The old hag? What was her name? Her name was like literally like Bagworth or something. Okay, wait. Back from the dead, Wendy, and then between a rock and a hard place, Wendy. Is that significant in any way? Ooh, cute! What a pretty tea set. I go more for the instant tea bags myself. Amazing. Wait, was that Phoenix I said that or her? I'm like, I need to read the characters' names before I read the lines. Amazing. The drawer below is filled with packets of tea leaves. They're all sorted by place of origin and flavor. Look at this royal blend. What an exquisitely splendid concoction. There's such a thing as taking a hobby too far. Wendy Oldbag, thank you. Yes, that was her name. Oh, ladder versus stepladder. Whoa! These are all case files? They're stacked up to the ceiling. There's even a ladder. Odd. I thought Edgeworth wasn't good with heights. I feel like I vaguely remember that. He was like scared of heights or something. I don't know. Or scared of thunder. He was scared of thunder. Because of the gunshot thing. He must have someone get them for him. Gumshoe. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? He must study these case reports so closely. He's so cool. Pardon me, I just have to ban this guy. The end. I don't like leaving these people for more than like 5 seconds. You wouldn't say that if you saw him sweating bullets up on that ladder. Oh, look at him. The chess player. Oh, his opponents are playing checkers, but he's playing chess. Hey, a chessboard! I'm not too up on my chess, but it looks like blue's in a bit of a tight spot. The red knights have surrounded the blue pawn. Huh? Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. And check out that poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Edges. Surrounding a pawn with spiky hair? Nah, it's nothing. That's kind of funny, actually. I mean, they are rivals, but they're also kind of friends. They have, like, friendly rivalry. A work desk. It's quite tidy, as one might expect. What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir. Don't. He'll sue you. Why is he picturing Gumshoe so much? Whoa! What a view! It must be nice to have an office on the 12th floor. Why do we come here again? The freaking sheriff guy told us to come here. I thought it was his office. I guess you would feel important. Incidentally, were you to jump out this window, the time until the impact with the ground would be... Got it. Approximately 3.23 seconds. That's handy to know. Alright, we've done all we can here. We've talked all that we can talk. Let's present the ID. Say, Edgeworth, I was wondering about this. Mr. Wright. Huh? What? Are you sure you should be showing that to Mr. Edgeworth? Oh. He'll take it for sure, won't he? I wish I could be on the same side as Mr. Edgeworth. But then my sister would be found guilty. If she sighs any deeper, I'm gonna start getting depressed. It's against my policy to discuss evidence with the defense. Especially with you. He doesn't like you much, does he, Mr. Wright? Nah, with Edgeworth, it's never personal. It's all about winning tomorrow. Yeah, they're friendly rivals. So, basically, this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why is that? I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes. Right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where? Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah. Oh, where Detective Gumshoe works. Okay, I read that wrong. Where Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about. Oh, right. He doesn't seem too concerned about his award, for better or for worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday? The day of the crime. Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file evidence for all solved cases. We call it evidence transferal. Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield? I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at around 5:12. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. Edgeworth's parking stub added to the court record. Record of parking in the prosecutor's office lot entered the lot at 5:12. What time did did Lana say that she stabbed the person? At 5:15, was it? This is the parking stub from the underground lot. Oh wait, that was Edgeworth that said that. Whatever, I don't know how to do his voice. The murder took place around 5:15. So the murder happened right after you got back? What, right? I'd appreciate if you direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Who the fuck is this? Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm Edgeworth. What is it? I'm here, sir. At the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Report? What? Did you find new evidence against the case? Wait, oh my god, I can't read. 5:15, yeah, okay. What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Sky? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Sky, sir? No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, sir. I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particular of your arrangements, so that's... Give me your name. Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Right. Officer Meekins, take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month. Poor guy. But, sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck. Right? Yes, sir? He caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman. Holy fuck. I almost just butchered that so much. The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. He seems to finally have calmed down, at least. Alright, Police Department. The avatars at the bottom are making following the text difficult. Well, I am reading, but I can, move them, I guess. Hold on. Give me a second. If you want me to turn them off, I can. I can just, hold on. There. They're off now. If you want me to bring them back, I can. Otherwise, I guess I can move them up, like, up here. But that looks kind of stupid. I'm just gonna turn them off for now. Alright. What is this? It's like strapped together. This is the thing that was in the intro. Also, I'm like thirsty and I need to drink something. So I'm going to drink apple soda because that's the healthiest thing I can drink at 10 p.m. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, actually, let me drink some water, though, for real. Alright. Ooh, we're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi. The traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to criminal affairs next door. Hold on. What's that? There's handprints all over it. Oh wow, they actually did do animations. Disturbing? Why does it undulate like that? Oh, wait, I know. This is a blue badger. That is not a fucking badger. That is definitely not a badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna work. Wow, Mr. Wright. You sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. Forget the blue badger. Who's next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the blue badger? Uh-oh. He noticed me. He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal! What are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get more information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. What? Wait, does Phoenix Wright talk out loud when it's blue like that? I thought that was in his head. But, like, this is the only chapter where, like, they consistently respond to the blue text, which makes me think that it's not all in his head. This chapter has new mechanics, too? Yeah, we already saw the investigating evidence thing. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. What? Why not? Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him. But what if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no. Come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence is faked? Hey, pal. Can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa! The chief prosecutor's little sister. Just, please, investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's just a sensitive issue with us these days. Well, they are at the police office, and a policeman person was killed. So, like, of course the police office is not going to want to hear about faked evidence and everything, right? So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe? What did you do this time? Jiren, what's up? What do you mean this time? Then, what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true. We never had a chief prosecutors murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being led into the criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the Badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall, oh, that's his name, okay. Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall? Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of the crime scene. It's unheard of, pal! Detective Gumshoe? What can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey, pal. This is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that. You have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me in so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman? Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. He's such an idiot, dude. What? Oh, I didn't even get to read her fucking line, Jesus. Whoa, now I remember. Bruce Goodman. He's the victim. That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? Nope. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car. Stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean... I'm sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened? Edgeworth always getting framed for shit, man. What's going on? We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Ah, congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Yeah, why is it a shield? You're the prosecutor, you're not the defendant, so why would the King of Prosecutors Award be a shield and not, like, not a shield? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently, he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. Wait. So, analyzing both of those does the same thing. This and this gives you the same thing. Okay. Oh, we have more stuff. So, this ID card belonged to the victim? He was a detective, like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transfer case for a case he handled 2 years ago. Evidence transferal. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there too. Oh, called him out there, to the parking lot. Lana's confessing as much. I'm sorry, my my timing on the words is like a little off for some of these sentences. I mean, I've always done that, so hopefully you guys are kind of used to it, but I'm trying out here. He's in a tough spot again. Again? Yeah, the animations are definitely better in this chapter. That was still a peak case, though. That case was fucking awesome, man. I love Chapter 4. Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal. There have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with the witnesses. Nothing outright, but there are always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had an unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. Wait until you see the coincidences in 2? Wait, what do you mean? Like in the second game? I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor's position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. Yeah, well, I'll play the second game at some point. I do want to finish the trilogy. Like, I can't imagine the games being, like, bad. You know what I mean? Even if I don't know if they'll be as good as this first one. They can't be bad, I feel like. Alright, back to the parking lot. I can't talk with her about anything else. Can I present her with anything? Wait, I didn't want to present that. Oh, I can do that with all the evidence? I guess I can. So this is what the back of the badge looks like. And I always thought it had a safety pin. Each badge has a number carved onto it. That way you can tell which attorney it belongs to. You mean you couldn't lend your badge to anyone? No, I'd be found out right away. Well, that's no fun. Alright. Wait, when you're saying the coincidences in 2, are you saying that, like, a good thing or a bad thing? Like, is it bad that there's coincidences or good? People say the second game is the worst game, but it's still good. It's mainly people hate the circus chapter for various reasons, but you'll know why when you play it. Okay, but the other chapters are good. It's just the circus chapter that sucks. Could you take a look at this? You? Yes? You said you wanted some hot tea, right? No, but thanks. You must have to brew the leaves a long time to get a rich flavor like this. We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing. I knew it. So that's the secret to their aroma. Exquisite! The only thing I'm smelling here is wasted time. Okay. Yeah, so she does that for everything. The final chapter is Peak, and I like the prosecutor in that game. She's funny. It's prosecutor, actually. A work desk. It's quite tidy, as one might expect. Oh wait, we already did all this. I guess it's letting me re-examine. Maybe it's made out of chocolate and its owner took a bite out of it. It appears to be made out of bronze with gold plating. It's not worth much, $70 tops. This girl's a thing about pricing everything, doesn't she? I wonder what that big K means, mysterious. Why? We know what it means. Yeah, I wonder why it's like letting us re-examine some of the stuff without any like changes necessarily. Isn't the point to surround the king? But no, he's surrounding the rook. And that's the joke. Alright. The cases are even crazier at the level of BS that has to happen for it to work. Like, in a bad way. Like, it's a little too far-fetched. Hold on one second, guys. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, we're back. Can I present anything else to him? I already presented this. I talked to him about everything. I haven't examined everything, actually, so that's probably the next thing here. Not in a bad way, it's just even more unbelievable. Alright. The usual wanted posters are hanging up from the bulletin board here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, I've always thought it was kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who looked like the people in these posters. They hardly even look human. She has a point. I mean, you talk to a parrot in this game. That is true. We talked to a parrot in the Edgeworth one, right? That was a chapter. But it's fun. I was wondering about that. What? The Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece. You made this, Detective Gumshoe? The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die. Poor Blue Badger, fated to dance until he drops. Blue Badger panel added to the court record. A work of art designed by the chief of detectives, created by Detective Gumshoe. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is. What was his name? The guy in the parking lot. That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall. Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction added to the court record. Received from Detective Gumshoe. Allows bearer to investigate the crime scene. Cool. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal. You cross-examine Polly and you get useful info. Oh, wait, in this chapter? Or are you talking about in the third one? Because I remember that happening. Okay, this is all the same. Usually it check marks when you examine something, you know? The detectives in there look pretty... the detectives in there look pretty busy. In chapter 4. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was a little over the top, but I thought it was fun. Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And then I said, "Hey, you do that, your soup will get cold, buddy." That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. I guess he wasn't saluting. He was wiping the tears from his eyes. They make a good pair. Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? No idea. Why? Well, I think they're designed after a panda. Panda? Not that I have scientific proof. It's just a theory. Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory? It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We had just been to the zoo, see? What about zebras? Or did they not have those at your zoo? I always get excited when I come to the police station. Why is that? It just feels like I've jumped into a movie. Huh? You know, with all the police and the criminals. Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting. Sure it is. Look at those two officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bust. Funny. I thought they were talking about the weather. No, they're actually talking about how hilarious whatever the thing that they did was. Zebras are striped? Yeah, pandas are not striped. They're color blocked, like a police car. She's more on the money than he is. Banner here is announcing the crime-fighting campaign. Nice slogan. I wonder if they'll ever be selling fingerprint sets. I don't think it's that kind of campaign. What family wouldn't want a set at home? It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar. I think most families can figure that out without the extra help. Alright, let's get out of here. February 22nd. Prosecutor's office. Underground parking lot. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry. Looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. What the fuck? Oh, still here? Every Capcom... Wait, every Capcom even I hope? Are you saying event? Every Capcom event I hope? Yeah, okay. I hope for a new Ace Attorney game. Ah, hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too. What happened to the security guard? Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. There's something I wanted to ask you. So my eye is like so bothering me. I'm sorry, guys. If I keep like picking out my eyes. The scene of the crime, a cold grave for men who've lost their dreams. And me, I'll watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment. He's asleep? Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? There's something I wanted to ask you. Oh, okay, we can't ask him anything? Yeah, no matter what we ask him, he says the same thing. Oh, this. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right in the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe. Ah, that old cow dog? He holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. Ah, I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries. This proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. I guess I better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me. Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. Note to self. Police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say, won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction crumpled and discarded. Last Ace Attorney game came out in 2017. Didn't they have the Edgeworth spin-off, like, literally a couple years ago. Manifest Destiny is racist? It kind of is. Yeah, I know. But I don't know if he's not white, first of all. This guy is not white. Which is ironic because the whole narrative of, like, cowboys versus Indians, which is, you know, Native Americans, is racist, and it was, like, done by white people. That was released in Japan in 2011. Ah, right, it was, whatchamacallit? A thing. A translation, Jesus. The victim. Let's see if he talks this time. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific? Edgeworth spin off his DS games, but you can technically say it the second game never came to the US. Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. Smile and Madonna told me the tale. I think he means a witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest. Fine piece of work. This here is the autopsy report. Goodman's autopsy report added to the court record. Death due to loss of blood. One knife to the wound, died within an hour and a half. 4 p.m. I think the Edgeworth games take place after 3. Okay. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prospector Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So, there's no motive? Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prosecutor. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot? So it seems. Like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. I don't mean any offense, but... Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective? You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do... Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth. That cow dog's been kicked out his cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just he don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation? It's because Gumshoe is biased towards Edgeworth and I guess the chief of prosecutor or whatever. Probably. Okay, well now we can slide over and investigate this stuff. This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest it belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it would belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Right. Let's check it out. You know, I'm perfectly capable of doing that myself. Bambina. Oh, I can move the stupid thingy. I'll eventually play every game. I probably will at some point too. This phone's still on the redial screen. Redial? Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. Phoenix doesn't know shit, man. There's too many games to get to. It's overwhelming. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, and then these games, I mean, especially if you're me and you're fucking trying to voice act all of them and playing them on stream, then yeah, it takes a while. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you never know with people from your generation. Whatever, let's check this phone out. Now, to see who the owner of this phone called last. Note to self. Defense attorney doesn't think first. He just pushes the button. I can't binge them in a row. I'd get burned out. I space them out and play like one a year. I guess that works. Cellular. Oh. Hey, that song. I know that. That's, is that the fucking samurai song? Right? That's the one from the samurai show? Hey, what's going on over there? Sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed the redial on that phone there, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyways? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prospector Scott. What? It's my sister's? Steel Samurai, yes. She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody, right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds, according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now, I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that? Oh, I'm sorry. That was my phone. He has the Steel Samurai ringtone? That's kind of funny. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. Wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. He always says that. Uh-oh. I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Cell phone added to the court record. Property of Atlanta Sky. Last call made at 5:18 on the day of the murder. And it was 2 Phoenix? Like, his phone was the one that she was calling? This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. That subordinate is Edgeworth. Quite a luxury car. It screams, I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. So Edgeworth got money like that. This rope, is it? Yep. They laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So, wait. The victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You have got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. 675-12-2. You know, I'd rather Americans be depicted like this than they are these days. Well, these days Americans are depicted like MAGA supporters, so sure. Look, something's written on it. You're right. Let's see. 6? Oh, that's an S. You know what? I kind of write my S's like that a little bit, but I thought that was a 5. 12-2. There's a name printed on the paper about that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so? What does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self. For deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Goodman's note added to the court record. A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to the B block. The dream of the day is when I'll be able to park my car here. I'll go over to the B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. I'm not planning on giving my job that soon. Alright, B block is through there. That's where visitors park. I can see the Lunchland car over there, far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on that door. I can see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy-looking steak. That's cannibalism. Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. Yeah, the cow eating the steak. Alright, I think... Is this door still locked? It is still locked. Okay. Now where do we go? Oh, we can talk about this one. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister. That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. We'll be over Manga soon, hopefully. I hope so. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall! Yeah, Bambina? How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will. Someone's up to something here, but who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies. Oh wait, this is Phoenix saying. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win, which is true. Edgeworth said that himself. Unbeatable, that is. Till he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you'll find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but... It's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector Lana Sky. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets. Some people load them with deals. Wait, you're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did he target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, note from the victim, and the cell phone. So, you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing that's still bothering me is that Lana's confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma, yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? Oh, that's her phone, so it's not Phoenix's. It's her phone. He just lied. So, Lana was calling Emma, not Phoenix. It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids? The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Cell phone updated in the court record. Called her sister Emma at 5:18 on the day of the murder. A detective is murdered, and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. To be continued. Are we already on the, prosecution? Like, we're on the case? Save your progress? Yes, of course. I guess we can save on this. Damn, the last time I played this game was 2024? It's been a minute! I did not realize it was that far. I'll save it here. February 23rd, 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there's still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there's one decisive difference between you and her. And that is... you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one is going to bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Well, I guess there's her. She ain't no Maya, though. She ain't no Maya. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Alana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. I love Edgeworth, man. He's awesome. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Star, to the stand. The Cough-Up Queen? Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. I don't know how they did it, but simply by Edgeworth's facial expressions, he seems so much different as a person. What do you mean? He does much calmer and more down-to-earth. I don't know, he still seems pretty serious. Well, at least in court he does, but like in our character interactions with him in his office, he was making like the kind of like silly, nervous face. In that regard, he seems a little different, but he's the same in the court. The judge is really wolfing it down. Ah, and for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl. Ah, thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? Ah, and you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I'm not eating caviar ever. I always thought that caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What in the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now! Me? The name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Hurry it up! Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Miss Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. Angel Star is kind of a baddie? Yeah, kind of. Huh? What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Star was a detective? Aha! I know who you are. Cough up. Cough up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up the prosecutor's spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with his knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plans added to the court record. Witness, did you see the very moments of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright, I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star. Wait, are they talking about me? Witness's account. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. Okay, well, let me do the voices. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend, when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. How is Edgeworth on the case if he was technically involved? I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of like... Aren't they supposed to get somebody who's unbiased? I don't know. This is a game. The chief's prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then, she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. I guess I should move chat up here. Like, you know? Okay, it won't even let me move. Hold on, wait. Where's my chat box? There we go, okay. It wasn't letting me move the chat box for a second. I don't know why. I have that unlocked at all times. But yeah, just so you can kind of see the text a little better, and the names. Then, she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Wait, wasn't it the stomach? She told us it was in the stomach. 1 stab to the stomach. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. As you can see, there is no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife in which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to press them on I mean, I can press him on everything with no consequences. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, I thought I was going to present it for a second. I didn't want to do that. Died with it. Due to loss of blood, 1 knife wound. Cause of death, loss of blood from chest wound. Okay, no, it says chest here. She told us stomach, but it does say chest in this. Wound caused by a 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. Alright, let's just keep pressing. How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr. I mean, it is very obviously biased. I guess I can press on this even though it's not going to do anything. I just like seeing the dialogue. This boyfriend, he's a detective? Not that boyfriend. The security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Yes. This boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is... Oh wait, I can press on this, right? No, I can't. This is still part of that. The security guard room is in the lot, in the A block. It's up on the 2nd level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by the car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So, she was in B block when she witnessed a crime. When I sent something... Yeah, let's press her on this. You sensed something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? It felt like... How would you say? Oh, yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. Young cheese? A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn. Then it must be hard, yellow, and sharp as a tack. Okay, buddy. Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. In any case, there in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. By garish car, you mean? Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it? Indeed, it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring. I believe I've heard that tagline somewhere. Can you... Oh, wait. Elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism. That's funny. It's dusk if he had hid the hair and slicked back. Who? Phoenix Wright? Or... Well, I cosplayed as Edgeworth that one time. I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. A photograph? You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. What the fuck? She's hot, so she's innocent. Oh my god, you guys are both thirsty for her. She is hot, though. I suppose it's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. We are men of culture, sure. Well, this most certainly is a defendant. Crime photo added to the court record. Uh-oh. That is unmistakably Lana Sky. So, what was the defendant doing at that time? Chief Prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It's your knife after all. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are, by nature, well-versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify her ability to... Wait. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Alright, obviously we just press on everything. Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. She's just a witness. She's not being accused, though? Yeah. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press a witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. But don't smile like that! I already pressed as much as I can. So now it's time to cross-examine stuff. I always knew a day like this would come. I can't cross-examine anything here. And then there's the crime photo. Calmate her sister. I'm trying to think what's important here. Obviously this memo found in the trunk. This is gonna come up later, obviously. I don't think I can present this yet. Parking lot with Edgeworth's car. Telephone here, security room here. Okay. Very important, actually, that I'm noticing. The security room cannot actually see specifically where Edgeworth's car is. The wall is here. Or the water tanker thing, whatever. This is here. So, if anything was, like, said by the security room people, they would not have been able to see anything that was going on here. importantly. Alright, but she hasn't mentioned anything about that yet. The moment of the crime. She is wearing gloves, and the knife had no fingerprints on it. She has blood on the outside of the jacket. Nothing on the inside here. She has a mark on her foot. That might just be, like... That's not, like... That's probably not actually a mark. That's, like, representing, like, little heel things, so probably not. Or whatever part of the foot you call that. The, like, bones that stick out. Okay, I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I sent something, perhaps it was my finally home detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. I'm gonna save here. She thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. I already pressed her on this last one, right? I have to present something. Murder weapon usually in Edgeworth's toolboxes. I never did examine this thing. This must be the victim's blood, right? Or, this must be the victim's blood, right? Either that, or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyways? Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild. Edgeworth? In the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Now there's a scary thought. No fingerprints on it. There's nothing else that I can really examine about it. Can I examine anything else? Fuck, I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident. That doesn't count. Okay, I wanted to examine it. Okay. So we can open it. The only other thing that I can only press this again. There's no need to push this again. What's wrong? You look like I do during finals. Never mind, it's nothing. Okay, I can only really look at it. I can't do anything from here. I can't do anything with this either. Goodman, 675-12-2. I could autoplay here, but that's not fun. Holding a knife in her right hand. Could I present the knife? It's probably isn't going to do anything. Yeah, no. Alright. She thrusts a pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. I mean, the knife is less bloody than... Like, this thing should be covered in blood, no? Am I crazy? Okay. I don't know, man. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Okay. So we have... I always knew a day like this would come. I can't really press on that because that's not, like, a fact. I can only... Like, if I'm trying to present evidence, it's to contradict something that she's saying. So it has to be a fact that I'm contradicting. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. There's nothing that I can really bring to the table that contradicts that. Date and time of death, February 21st, between 4 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood Chest wound. Wound caused by a 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. But... Wait. Record of parking in the prosecutor's office lot entered at 5:12 p.m. Data time between death between 4 and 5:30. I mean, technically that does fall within the period, but why would they say 4 if we have evidence that he was in the parking lot at 5:12 exactly? That would mean within 18 minutes he died. That's a little weird. I think that's the closest thing to some kind of objection that we can point out. Chief prosecutor is holding a knife in his right hand, then she thrusts the pointy tip of the knife directly into Goodman's chest. I feel like this is what I'm supposed to present, but I don't know on what sentence I'm supposed to present it. Nope. Okay. I don't know, man. What can I do here? So on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I sense something, detective's intuition at work. You know what would be funny if I was supposed to present the attorney badge here? It's like, found that prosecutor's office, the crime scene. Is there nothing else I can look at here? I don't know, man. I'm at a loss. I'm at a bit of a loss here. This is only the first freaking day of the trial. I know this is gonna go on for longer, because this chapter would be way too short if this is all there was. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. It's got to be one of these two that I present. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. It's literally that. It's these two things. When do I present them, though? And which one do I present? How could he have died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. if Edgeworth entered the parking lot at 5:12 p.m. and then the stabbing happened at 5:15? So he died in 15 minutes, but then the autopsy report says within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Like, that's the only thing that I'm... And then Emma made the call at 5:18 on the day of the murder. And I can't do anything with this. She's in parking lot A here. So I can't even say that's contradictory because clearly it says A right there and not B. So that would be, like, exactly where the crime was said to have happened. Jeez, man. I'm cuffed out on this one. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief... Wait a minute. Okay, no, she is looking through the wire fence here. Never mind. Yeah, she's literally looking through the wire fence here. You can see the wiring. God damn, man. It's got to be one of these last three sentences. She thrusts the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. The knife is definitely pointy. Chief prosecutor is holding a knife in her right hand. Wait a minute. She's not holding a knife in this picture at all. Can I present this? Objection! Thank you. And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife? As I've already said, yes. I swear on my finest salmon swirl lunch. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But, is that odd? Look at this photograph. This is a photograph he took at the very next moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet, it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the prosecutor's coat? It's black and white. Yeah, but it's a black and white photograph. Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem? Except you. Mr. Wright, are you just gonna sit there and take that kind of abuse? I mean, he always does. Ugh, you got a better idea? Objection. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understand it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves, made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? Ugh. If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. Ugh. These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder, a serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. Okay. Murder was planned, the rubber gloves prove it. Okay, wait. Somehow I knew that this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox when I sent something. Perhaps it was my family home, blah, 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 through the wire fence. It was planned, the rubber gloves prove it. So now I can press on this. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? Like, driving gloves? The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves, the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. Ah, impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr. This is bad. She's got them thinking it was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show this wasn't premeditated. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Okay, wait. She already said that. Alright. So, how can we tell it was not premeditated? The phone? Nope. Alright. I'm trying to think, like, it's gotta be something related to the time. Record of parking in the prosecutor's office. Death due to loss of blood. 1 knife wound. Death within an hour. 36 mil. Let's see. How can I prove this was not premeditated? Victim's memo found in the car trunk. King of prosecutors. What is there, man? This? Nope. Alright, it is what it is. I will have to penalize you, Mr. Wright. It's Jover. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. The defense has failed to give the court sufficient reason to doubt the prosecution's claim. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, guilty. No! No! The accused will surrender to the court immediately. To be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Game over. Wait, saving? I didn't want to save. Yes, load the selected data. Okay. Well, now I actually know what I'm supposed to do here, so... Present this. Go through the motions. And then I'll just save after this, I guess. Holy moly. This is so much longer when you're not reading it. Okay. So now let's save here. So we don't have to go through that again. Alright. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. We also went through this. Alright. So now... I delivered a lunchbox. I sent something. Found my home. Wire fence. I saw. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. Traces of victim's blood. No prints. Record of the parking in the prosecutor's office. Presenting the knife won't do anything because it has no prints, which lines up with her having gloves, so this doesn't contradict the evidence. What do I have that contradicts what she's saying? Taken by Angel Star after the crime was confirmed. Parking lot with Edgeworth's car. Man, I'm stuck. I'm stuck on this. I know I was stuck before and I figured it out, but... I'm not sure. Rubber gloves prove it. The murder was planned. How do I prove that it wasn't planned? Would that mean Edgeworth had to have been on it too? Like he had to be in on it? I already presented this, didn't I? I don't know. Can I present this? That wasn't it. Alright, alright. I get it. Okay. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. What do I have, man? I presented this last time. Then I just did this. I guess I can try this. No. I'm just gonna be going through it until I come across something. There's nothing that immediately stands out to me. The picture again? Nope. I'm just gonna try things. This time I really don't know what I'm supposed to read at. It can't be this. I highly doubt it's this. The knife? It is the knife. But that just proves that there's no prints on it. Okay, whatever. Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed. It is my knife. What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there? Mommy, are the prosecutors bad people? That's funny. The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Oh. This knife just happened to be in the back of the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. The characters are so over the top. Order, order, order. Right, now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. I mean, not necessarily. Still got a long way to go. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is a humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needs to prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now? Well, you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now? Angel's deduction. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. I already see the contradiction. I already see it. Again and again, it was one stab wound. The victim was summoned from the police department on the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So, if I ordered pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Yeah, that doesn't automatically prove anything. There's only 4 things here. I already know where the contradiction is. It's this one. And I know that the thing that I'm supposed to present is this. But I just want to press for fun. Just to see the dialogue. You said that, but you haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you, rookie. I believe she just said it was a mere prelude to the story she is about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again. Rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like putting a bun out in the oven half-baked. Something's half-baked here, alright. Miss you. Try not to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Now, why did you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim? Her actions speak for themselves. Okay, so we can press here. You have no proof that Miss Skye called them there, which is true. Wait, actually, no. Yeah, there is no proof, actually. You have no proof that she didn't. Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts? There is no record of a call on the defendant, Miss Lana Skye's phone. She might have written a letter. Come on, you could have tried public phone first, at least. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office, where he was murdered. I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Witness? Why do you think it was the suspect who was summoned? Why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day? Had a grudge against the victim. We can press on this as well. What kind of grudge? Well, I wouldn't know that. Of course you don't. That's because she didn't have a grudge. Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? How am I supposed to know? See? We agree there's a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels, don't you agree? I get it! That's why my lunch was so salty. This judge isn't very good with metaphors. The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this? It's simple. Okay, so I'm gonna press here, and then I'm gonna present the evidence. Because I already know what the evidence is. A human machine? That's a contradiction. Please. Can't you find the fault with something of substance, Mr. Wright? Note to self. Mr. Edgeworth's sigh smells like a citrus fruit. You say again and again. How many times did she stab him exactly? We often say chop into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done? How come she's getting mad at me? Let's just say she stabbed him several times and leave it at that. Leave it at that? This is a murder case, people. Mr. Wright, you should speak up if you have an objection, you know. Miss Stars turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off. The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and even a really short wick will burn longer. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Okay. So... we present this. You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my Moss surprise! How many lunchboxes does she carry around? I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Star. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. Oh, Edgeworth is actually on our side here. This is the second time that he's done that. He only did that one other time. I forgot against who. It was against the rich guy, right? Where Edgeworth was like, actually, you're bullshitting right now. The autopsy report states that the death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha! You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk. He's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness? You got the crime scenes. What is with their fucking lunchboxes? That was culprit in case 3? Ah, okay. You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Red muffler? On the car? Her red muffler? Yes, like a scarf. Oh, okay, never mind. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck, so she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice. What the fuck? What is wrong with her? She's right. What? so she can be easily hanged? What kind of quote is that, man? Miss Sky was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. A judge with a bib? That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Star isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is our chance! Chance for what? Wonder. Miss Stars turned out to be... Okay, so we already got through this stuff. Okay. So now... Is she wearing a scarf here? She's not. So that's the presented evidence. Shit, I didn't even fucking read that, man. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. Is Edgeworth... Wait, Edgeworth interrupted us and that's why I couldn't read it? He's just getting all the objections for us, man. And you've proved it yourself. With this photograph. Huh? But that can't be. Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you found your true calling in life. Edgeworth is funny, man. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection? Chopped liver? But it was there. A scarf. No, not that. But something red. Really? Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Apprehending. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind the partition off to her side. Quickly, I caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. How? She's not a police person. Yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused about my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made an escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. You are quite determined about this scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with the details unless you want to get bit. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator. This one is. A leopard woman. Rawr! Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Apprehending the suspect. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run... Oh, wait, I already read this. We'll press. So, where is this partition on the floor plans? I'm sure she means this wall next to the car. That's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high. Oh wait, that doesn't actually block the security, never mind. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details? No, press her because she was behind the gate. I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car was... She was a visitor, and thus she was parked in the B block. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Star? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing! The cough-up queen lunch lady athlete indeed. It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? I mean, I could just show the floor plans, and that would probably be enough, right? She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remembered correctly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word? So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else. Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean. Ask further. By phone, you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately? My memory. It's like a salmon, heading upstream, you see. No. The court doesn't see Miss Star. The chief prosecutor's first attempt to use the phone hanging on the wall. Oh, okay. On the wall? That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order, until she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. Lana's cell phone updated in the court record. Okay. She mentioned the muffler. How she tried to use a phone on the wall but had to use her cell instead. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing. I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. Then, when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this? What is it, Mr. Wright? Okay. I guess I can press on this. She made an escape? Can you be more specific? She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a pâté of foie gras. I don't know what that is. Huh? She even kicked over an oil drum at me. An oil drum? There was an oil drum lying on its side at the scene of the crime. But it's strange. What's that? If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way? The parking lot entrance. That's right! It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition for the oil drums. Wait, the partition to the oil drum, sorry. Excellent! More mysteries. I wish we could solve a few before finding more, though. So Miss Sky tried to run. I'm sorry my sister's so suspicious, Mr. Wright. Not as sorry as I am. But she didn't do it. You have to believe me. Alright, how she tried to... Oh, but I had to use her style instead. It's because the wall is there, so she wouldn't have actually been able to see it. Miss Star, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You, who together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Okay, well, obviously she has bias. I don't know why you would admit this in court, but whatever. She's kind of dumb. Well, Miss Star, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed a crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the backside of this partition. If, indeed, you were in the B block, you couldn't have seen it. What? Order, order! What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies. Ugh. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question? Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about... what she saw? She lied about what she saw. In other words, she didn't see Miss Sky using that emergency phone. It does seem hard to imagine how she could have. Very logical. What's the matter, Star? Cat got your lunchbox? Mr. Wright, I hate to bother you while you're celebrating your victory, but why would Miss Star lie like that? Huh? Why would she say that my sister had tried to use the phone but failed? It doesn't make any sense. Why lie about something so insignificant? Oh, dang. She's right. I mean, maybe she really did see her try to use the emergency phone. I see no room for doubt here. You ordered the patooey on rice, right? What is a patooey? Mr. Wright, and I thought you had something here. Come on. How is that not it? I see it in your eyes. You haven't learned your lesson, have you? Tell us exactly what lie this witness had told the court. Okay. Maybe it's the order of events? Or where she saw it. It's gotta be... It could be either one. But it can't be where she saw it, because in the picture... I'm gonna save here because I'm gonna be pissed off if I have to go through all that again. Okay, but yeah, we have that, this picture here that shows that it was behind the fence. Wait a minute. No, she did lie about it. Because if she was over here, like she claims, she would have been directly in front of this car. But the picture was taken from an angle, like right here. Because you can see her, like... You can see it's at an angle. So... I mean, it could be order events, but I'm gonna say where she saw it. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie. I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed a crime from a different location. A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I'd ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place from where Miss Star witnessed the crime was here. Okay, I'm gonna save here again because I can't save here. Fuck. It would have to be, like, right here. Or right here. It would have had to be right by the chain link fence. Like... I mean, it's highly likely that's where she was. You think? It's highly likely? Your cavalier attitude stands in stark contrast to your feeble argument, Mr. Wright. Her being there wouldn't change a thing. Damn it. Alright, I get it. Okay, so... we go through this. Oh wait, didn't I? No, I can just load the first one, because this one was right at the map. No, it wasn't. What the hell? I thought I'd saved it right at the map, no? Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Where she saw it, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It would have had to been, like, right here, no? If she was here, she could see the emergency phone. That's true. You can't save at the map? Well, that solves the mystery. That would allow her to see the emergency phone, yes. But if she was there, she wouldn't have been able to arrest her well before she dialed her cell phone. Oh. You doubt my speed? I can run 150 feet in 9 seconds, you know. Is that really that fast? Wait. What? I lost? How? Is it because that was the wrong... It has to be... Okay. That's why you can't save at the map. Because it's the wrong answer. They lure you falsely into thinking that you have the correct thing. But that's not the correct thing. The correct thing is the order of events, then. She lied about the order of events. Miss Sky used that emergency phone before the murder. I see. I hadn't thought of that. That took the wind out of her sails. Mr. Wright, I hate to bother while you're celebrating your victory, but why would anyone use an emergency phone before the murder? Huh? Just when you think he can't sink any lower, he amazes us. I applaud you, Mr. Wright. Okay, so that was the wrong answer. You ordered the orange peel lunchbox, right? Okay. So no, I did have the right one. It was where she saw it, but I had the wrong location. Wait. Orange peel? Yeah, orange peel lunchbox. Like rice and orange peel. Who the fuck is eating that, man? There was also the watermelon in rice, too, which is kind of weird, too, but orange peel? The only thing I can think is... Okay. Here's my theory. So we know that the defendant, Laura, or whatever her name is, ran this way. Because she knocked over an oil thing. So, what's her name? Angel had to have been somewhere over here. Or in the security room. And that's why it took her a long time to get there. Somewhere over here? Okay, well that wasn't it. Let me try the security room. This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room? Because she does have a security guard boyfriend, so... Indeed. The security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. Yeah, so she would have been able to witness the crime and witness the phone at the same time, without any obstruction of view. But then how would she have taken that picture is the only thing. That's why I was thinking, like, it still had to have been behind the fence, because there was clearly a fence there in that picture, but if she took it from the security room, there's no fence up there. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in the A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend that's in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Starr, how many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Starr. So she just admits it? Order! Order! Witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished, and I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky? Miss Wright? Doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands. It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Miss Starr witnessed a crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from the B block. It must make a vital difference, but what? What could change? Difference in lighting doesn't make a difference. Distance to the crime. Angle of view of the crime. Okay. It's definitely not the lighting. The angle would allow her to capture both the crime scene and the phone. The distance would what motive would she have though? Why would she lie about the angle of the crime? The distance of the crime would mean that it would make a difference because it would change the time that she was able to apprehend the victim. So I'm going to go with distance first. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright. But one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. What she saw is not a question here. What matters is the time. Yes, thank you. I was about to say there's no way I misinterpreted that, right? Like, it's the amount of time it would take her to reach there. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Scott? Well, witness? You. Yes? Ordered. Yeah, I knew it was gonna be ordered. Yeah. How many? Dude, where does she keep all these lunchboxes? She's pulled out like 8 different lunchboxes from her coat from like the middle of nowhere, like a Looney Tunes character, or they just like reach behind their back and pull out like a comically large weapon. You ordered the squid wheels, right? That also sounds disgusting. Quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. Like, what even is a squid wheel? I was bringing a PB&J lunch with my fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry? For the boyfriend? He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed a crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Okay, so she had to go all the way around. What I miss? Which literally it was everything? Yeah, you missed a lot if you were gone for the last 30 minutes. That's why I had to go through the parking lot and that's why I had to go through the visitors parking lot in B block. That's quite a detour. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. But 5 minutes? This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. Would you like another caviar lunch? She gives him all the good stuff. Absolutely. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you had to do something. I don't pay you anything. Why are you making shit up? Okay, raise an objection. 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest? Think about it. You could make a pasta in that amount of time. If you like it al dente. I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank? Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you had the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yarg! Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant, and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. We did it! We only messed up like one time. The beginning was the hardest. Oh wait, it's not over? Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid... Does she just give squid wheels to everyone she doesn't like? That's the one she tried to foist off on me! I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Star. Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Oh, a triple-decker! This is bribery. Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What is she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. What? There was blood found on that shoe? Why are you just bringing this up now? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed. Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law, really. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure the guilty are properly judged. A white enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Sky. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Alright. Should have mentioned 5 minutes. Did not bring this up. 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was the victim's, the other type of blood was the defendant. Do I have access to... I have access to this. White enamel shoe. I need a press. I don't have enough here. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say, I just wanted people to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. Then why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This is when the suspect is admitting she did it? But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with. And you found this shoe at the scene of the crime? I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with the shoe. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now, tell us what you did next. Okay. This is where I think I'm going to get the most information. So, you brought it to the forensics department. I need a forensics report that I can, like, present to her or something. If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it to prove. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie? Huh? Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types. A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed. In cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of blood types with all the blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow any type of sample of blood down to just 1 person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt that it could be anyone but Miss Lana Skies. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? It literally just gets worse and worse. Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in enough water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with the shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with this victim's shoe? There's a problem, I guess. If I'm not imagining things. I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish guts now, but you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Damn it. There's blood on the bottom, and maybe the blood on the bottom? I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie, or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed. There is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of the shoe? Jesus, I don't know, man. Loss of blood from chest wound caused by 4-point damage. Nice single stab wound was found. Wait. There's no blood on the floor, and the shoes are black. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange why there weren't any bloody footprints found at the scene of the crime? I mean, she literally has black shoes on. It's a completely different color. Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. And that contradicts your claim about the shoe. The picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Lana is the defendant, not the victim? Yeah. Did I say she was the victim? Did I make a mistake? The victim was the detective guy. Order, order, order! Well, witness? What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, it's a different shoe. She's wearing different shoes. That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? Edgeworth's gonna say it. It's different shoes, man. I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. The oil is on... That's what's on her clothes. It's not the blood. The picture's in black and white because that's not blood, it's oil. That's what it is. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently, you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What is that? Oh yeah, it was water, that's right. Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason. Aha! You don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. Never mind. That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. That's why a prosecutor's specialty... that's a prosecutor's specialty. Erasing evidence. That reminds me. Miss Sky's right handles her. Didn't she say she'd cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please. What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it. But... Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying that my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Wait. Witness, don't tell me you have something else. The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of the court. Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this. Oh, the shoe belongs to the victim. Okay, I'm dumb. I thought it was her shoe. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, and then you can see the shoe is white. Okay, yeah, my bad. Photograph. I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait. Look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from this court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I know you couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyways. I'm sorry, Mia. Right. Wet or not? Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take a good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait! What is with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it'll be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, Wright, are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there is a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem with this photograph. Okay, I'm hoping this is it, because I want to end stream now. It's kind of late, so if this is the last one, then I'll just do this real quick. Whatever the hell is happening here? What is this? There's a muffler there. Well, there's a thing in the muffler. Not a scarf muffler, the car muffler. Is that what it is? I don't see anything else. There's a stab wound here. The knife is stuck in there. When did they get the knife out? It's either the knife or the car muffler thing. Because I don't see any... Wait. There's no blood anywhere else? Like on the leg? There's a few weird things about this. How to get on the shoe, but nowhere else. Okay, first thing I'm gonna try is this, because I don't know what's going on here. Okay, I think I might have been right. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, you just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf in any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also a part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. That's why she said muffler. Just think of it as part of the car exhaust system. A pipe. I see. And I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there is something sticking out of the muffler? Well, we know that the defendant said the word muffler, so... What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony, yup. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth... It's because... Oh, I don't know. I can't save here? Is it this? I don't know. I don't know. I only have one chance. I only have one chance. I can't save. If I lose this, I'm ending stream. Because then I have to go through all that again. And I didn't save. And I can't save here. Jeez, man. I don't fucking know. Oh, the word muffler was overheard during a call. Yeah, this is it. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler? You're... Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Okay. They're so dramatic. Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings. We did it... Okay, I'm saving here. Alright. Suspended? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we have any questions unanswered here, we do disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. Ooh, that was close. But we made it, at least for now. This court will adjourn for 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. He's still hungry? Alright, I'm ending here. We got to be continued. It is time to end stream. We'll be back tomorrow. Oh, saved. Okay. Save your progress? Yes, of course. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming. It's late now. I'm trying not to stream past 12, and it's 30 minutes past 12, so... you know, that's it. Yeah, have a good night, everyone. I'll see you all soon. Next time I play this game, we'll see. Hi and bye. See you later. Sorry you came late. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be doing Smash Saturday earlier in the morning. Yeah, peace out. Thank you so much, everybody. Mwah, mwah. Love you all. And I will see you all soon.